Hello, welcome to Larina, a channel where we talk about budget-friendly home decorations, organization, as well as life lessons. Today's video is the sort of life lesson that I've got for you, and I'd like to share 5 lessons I'm learning as a single woman in my 30s. Sure enough, some of these things might be obvious to you, and maybe there are lessons I should have learned very earlier on in life, but there are things that I'm just embedding into myself and into my mind. So I hope you find them helpful. And yes, here we go. Number one is I'm learning that I am the prize and the man needs to work for me. And that has a lot of ramification in terms of what I do, how I carry myself in relationships, or even in relating with somebody I'm just talking to. So I'm learning my value, that wait a minute, I am the woman. I don't need to be chasing any man around. He needs to chase me. That's his divine assignment. I'm the prize. The fact that being in a relationship is not an upgrade. That's although our society makes it sound like once you're in a relationship, then your life is better. If you're not in a relationship, your life is a bit of a mess. But that is not true, and that's what I am learning, and I am imbibing that actually, wait, my life is good. If my life isn't good now, then I need to do something about it now to make it good, so that I'm the prize. I'm something to be won. The Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It didn't say he that finds a husband finds a good thing. So I am a good thing. So that's number one. I am the prize and he needs to work for me. Number two thing I'm learning is, if marriage is a cure for lust, then there won't be any adultery. So a lot of people, even myself, I have thought about this in the past, that okay, once I get married, maybe as a Christian, I suppose you will understand from a Christian perspective that the fight on lust, or the fight on sexual immorality, will end. You won't have to struggle with your body. But if that were true, there won't be what is called adultery. Nobody will be cheating on their husband or cheating on their wife. So if the problem isn't dealt with in my singleness, then it's something I will carry into marriage, and that applies to everything else in my life. So if I don't deal with, I don't know, insecurity issues, if I don't deal with anger issues, if I don't deal with immoral issues, then I carry those things into marriage, and they only escalate. Marriage does not cure anything. It actually exposes what's already inside. So that's what I'm learning, that any issue, including self-control, in terms of sex, I need to make sure that I have all that before I get into marriage. Otherwise, marriage gonna be a mess. Number three, I am learning that I am a helper, and the fact that I'm not married does not necessarily mean there's something wrong with me. Yeah, there is stuff I need to work on. I need to continue to work on myself in my single state, but the fact that I'm not married just means there isn't any man yet that needs my help. Since I'm the helper, if God doesn't think, well, hey David, you need to come and help, Esther, come and help David, or Esther, come and help John, then they might all be doing okay, in which case I don't need to be so focused on that. And this is really difficult to grasp as a single woman. And like I said, in my 30s, it's hard, because the pressure is coming at you from every side, and also pressure from my own heart, from my own thoughts, like, what's going on, why am I not married yet? Is something wrong with me, or what's going on? But then the more I understand my role as a woman on this earth, the more I understand that actually, wait a minute, it doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong with me, although I'm working on myself. It just means, maybe, who knows, maybe God is working on the man, maybe God is working on his submission to authority, maybe God is working on his purpose. I don't know. Or maybe God just feels like it's okay for me to be single. So in which case I then need to become content with that. And that's a battle. That's a daily battle of not comparing myself to my friends, of not feeling like, okay, my life is empty because I'm not married, because marriage is not everything. Marriage is great. Marriage is amazing. I know couples who are enjoying their marital life. But because I'm not married doesn't mean I can't enjoy my life, or doesn't mean I shouldn't walk in purpose or walk in the things that I should be doing, or work in the things that God wants me to work in. So that's a lesson that I'm learning again. It's a battle to put it in my mind and to remind myself that, wait a minute, I am a helper. If nobody needs my help, then well, I'll carry on what I'm doing right now. And number 4, another thing that I'm learning, and a mistake that I know I've definitely made in the past, is saying too much on dates. As you know, there are crazy men out there. There are good men out there. There are crazy men out there. So when you say too much on dates, you end up giving away all the information, everything that you have, and the man is there listening, but he's calculating. And then the next thing you know happen is this person ghosts you, because they're like, oh, either she's got a lot of issues, or oh, I can't deal with her, or they stay with you for the wrong reasons. Now they know all your everything you want, everything you like, so they're gonna play to that. And if it's a player, then just gonna use you and then dump you. Crazy. And one of the things that the question that I find that almost every guy that I've been on a date with ask is, what do you want in a man? And that's a trick question, because if you give them all the answers, then like I said, they play to that, and you then fall in love with a fake. So one thing I have learned recently is to say, I am looking for a man to be himself, so that I can observe and determine if he's somebody I want in my life. Ladies, I think this is something we need to learn. It's not you're not avoiding the question, but you're not giving them too much information. You're telling them, be yourself and let me determine if we'll work together. So I'm looking for a man to be himself, and so that I can observe and determine if he's the right person for me. That's what we're doing on dates, isn't it? So just stating that with a smile, stating that with confidence will tell the man that, yeah, you mean business, and nothing you say will then sway this decision as such. Then the other thing I've been guilty of is to actually get into an argument or a debate about a hot topic. Not necessarily politics, maybe it could just be, what do you think about sex? Maybe, these are conversations that need to happen, but maybe I say them too early. But then I get very passionate, and this is what I think, it shouldn't be like this, and men don't like confrontation like that. Like they're thinking in their head, actually, this is like the first or second date, and you're already very passionate. You're passionate about it. I didn't mean to argue, but because they have a different opinion, it then kind of turns into sort of a heated debate, which is not what you want. Men would then just think, oh, actually, this woman can't submit to authority, or this woman is too fiery, and they leave you. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying pretend to be something you're not. I'm just saying the first few times you just want to sit there and listen and observe, connect the dots, hear what he's got to say, and then go from there. Lastly, but definitely not the least, is not to be thirsty. We've heard this as women, and I think, again, it's something that I'm beginning to understand in myself, something I'm beginning to see how that is working out in me. I'm not a person that would necessarily just jump on a man and say, hey, go out on a date with me or whatever. But there are other ways that we can demonstrate being thirsty. I have been guilty of walking up and down the street, hoping to see the guy I like, because I know he lives on that street, which is that is thirsty. And although this was in high school, so I've come a long way since then, but still, even now, I say there's a brother that I'm interested in, or a brother that looks like he's a kingdom man, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like you, I'm crushing on this brother, like cook for him. There's a temptation to maneuver. There's a temptation to manipulate situation to get to be with him. Even though if you're not a Christian, you look at this and you think, actually, what's wrong with that? You like a person and you want to be with them. Actually, from God's perspective, is like your the fact that we're manipulating is not a good sign. The thing is, men, they see everything. They see more than we think they see, and that's another thing to learn. A man, if you're in his line of vision, will see you. If he's not approaching you, it means he doesn't like you like that. That hurts, especially when it's somebody that you're interested in or you're crushing on, but they're not making a move. Then I have to say to myself, okay, Esther, chill, sister. Don't be thirsty. He's not interested in you like that. Maybe he's just going to end up being a friend. Maybe he's just going to end up being a brother that would speak a good word to you, somebody that will help you out practically, or somebody you can help out practically. That doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. So just chill. Let the man come find you. Because if you act so thirsty, and yeah, they would go with the ride because they're men, you end up with a broken heart when the man then comes back with the person he wants to marry. You just be like dagger. So don't hurt yourself. Don't defraud yourself. Even though the feeling is here, just hold it on one side. Okay, I feel this for this person, but feelings are not always true. Feelings are not always facts. So hold that there and say, right, but the truth is this person isn't making a move, so there's nothing I can do about that. So you just wait. So that's what I'm learning. Number one, I am the prize. The man needs to come find me. Number two, marriage is not a cure for lust. Number three, I am a helper. If I'm not married, it just means nobody needs help just yet. Number three is not to say too much on date or not to get into a debate. Sorry, that was number four. And number five is not to be too thirsty. Well, I hope you find that helpful, and do like and subscribe and share, and go look at the other videos on this channel as well. So until next time, I hope you have a good day. Bye.